Hey guys, I hope you're having a good reading week for all that we are here and home and quarantined. I know it's been a little hard for me to focus on reading, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is for you too. You know, it's kind of part of what's going on right now, and I don't want anyone to beat themselves up over having a little bit of a struggle. Right now, introducing more stress into your life isn't necessary. It isn't something you should be welcoming. You should be taking care of yourself. And if reading is something that gives you release and you get to feel like you are escaping from what's going on, I'm so excited for you. And if you need to spend time playing Animal Crossing like I've been doing, I am also excited that you're embracing that. And just please love yourself a little bit right now. Love the people around you. Focus on what you need to focus on and be generous to others. So that being said, a couple of things. First and foremost, this red lamp is not for me to be evil or to cast some sort of scenic anything. This is the only room in my house that I can lock off from the cats. And I happen to have some baby quail. I'll put in a clip of them here. And they need a little bit of extra protection from the kitties, who think that they are the coolest and also maybe the yummiest. But I was talking with some of the BookTube SFF folks, and we decided that what the world really needs is some books that feel like hugs. The kind of books that are cozy and make you feel loved and welcome and like you're safe. So here are my recommendations for you. And I know there's going to be a whole ton of videos about this, so I will go ahead and make a playlist and I will try and link it up above if I can. Hopefully I will catch it in time for this video to go live, but we'll see. It might be a little while after if you check back. So I have 5 books I'm going to share with you today. The first of which is, I feel like, a classic when it comes to books that make me feel like there's hope in the world. You might know that I'm not like the world's biggest Terry Pratchett fan, but his Tiffany Aching series, to me, that's what it feels like. It feels like hope. It's about a young girl who is coming into her magical powers, and she's kind of finding out that maybe magic is more about caring about other people than it is about doing anything supernatural. So there are like 5 books in this series. They all follow girl Tiffany and kind of follow her throughout her growing up and her apprenticeship and becoming a witch. And just more and more as I read it and as I reflect on it, I feel like the lessons in this are about loving your community and focusing on not just yourself but on others, and I love that. It feels like the kind of thing that gives me hope. So the next book I'm going to refer you to is actually a bind-up of a variety of novellas, and that is Penrick's Progress, or basically any of the Penrick's books by Lois McMaster Bujold. This follows a young boy who becomes a sorcerer because he is taken over, essentially, or he inherits, I guess, this demon that is ancient and wizened, and they get into hijinks together. Penrick, the young boy, is kind of trying to figure out what the world is like and how to live his best life while also having these like 5 women in the back of his head. And it's a joy. Bujold's prose is just fantastic, and the story structures are short and digestible and leave you feeling like, well, again, hopeful. Mostly I just always feel like Penrick and Desdemona, his demon, are just, they're good in their heart. So the next thing I'm recommending is one that I put in my my BookTube SFF babbles for the things that I nominated or that I wanted to see on shortlists, and that is Catfishing on Catnet by Naomi Kritzer. This is about a group of young adults, I guess, maybe adults, who have an online community and chat group, and when one of their members gets into trouble, they all kind of rally around them. And one of their members is maybe a bit of an AI, so you get a little bit of extra what does it mean to be human alongside. And reading about a group of online friends when you are hard introvert, it feels good. It feels like the kind of thing I want to think that all of my friends would be willing to do for me. So I am holding up The Witch's Boy by Kelly Barnhill, but basically any Kelly Barnhill book will do. These are books that are written for a middle grade, late middle grade audience, that are fairy tale-esque, And all of her books are kind of these mystical, magical, found family stories. And I find found family stories especially to be very satisfying. For me, it feels like there's such a joy and a power in knowing that you get to choose who's in your life, and that choice is reflective of not just you, but of the kind of community you are intentionally building. And for me, it's such a powerful message. It feels so uplifting. I love it. And Barnhill's prose, the way she writes her stories feels like you are being engulfed in like a fairy tale cloak. Like if Kelsey at Fancy Hat Lady Reads had like the fuzziest blanket in her apartment, whatever that fuzzy blanket is, it feels like that. And then the last thing I'm going to recommend is actually a novella, and that is Sisters of the Vast Black. This is by Lena Rather, and it's short, it's sweet. It is about a group of nuns who are adrift in space, trying to figure out how to do the right thing when maybe the system doesn't want them to. Each of them finds kind of this sense of serenity with who they are and their history and their path for themselves. There's a real sense of genuine like peace at the end, at the very least, with a sense of like ethical surety. Like they know that what they're doing is good and right, and they don't have to justify it. It just is. And for me, that's a very satisfying thing as somebody who has spent a lot of time studying Catholic theology and kind of religious theology in general. It's an intriguing book. It is welcoming. All of the characters feel like they are people you can know in your real life. And there's a little bit of adventure mixed in. So for me, it was super satisfying. If you read it, I hope you love it the same way I did. So there you have it. These are the books I am recommending if you're looking for something cozy to read in the next couple weeks. I know we are all a little bit cooped up, but we're not alone. I'm here. I want to talk to you. Let's be friends. I think internet friends are maybe something that is undervalued in regular society, and that I feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that my internet friends are here and accessible for me in a way that some of my physical friends cannot be. So you guys know the drill. Go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out #CozyReads for some more recommendations from BookTube SFF, and I will see you very soon. Much love. Bye.
The one thing that drives me crazy about baby quail is when they sleep, they look like they're dead.